Disclaimer, this channel assumes you talk to your DM and that you follow basic tabletop etiquette. If you want to know more about that, link in the description. Anyways, enjoy the video. Artificers can replicate creatures. This is a guide to Lifecraft Creatures. This is a forgotten mechanic. Kobold, what are you talking about? What is a Lifecraft creature? Lifecraft Creatures comes from the Planeshift Kaladesh supplement. This is official Wizards of the Coast content. It's not UA or homebrew, and it's not on D&D Beyond. It's a random PDF James Watt wrote on his own and published under Wizards of the Coast apparently. This is James. He still works at Wizards. It was written in February 2017. This was before Xanathar days, so it's ancient. I had no idea this existed until Anid on Discord showed me the script. No one's made content out of this, so I'm gonna do it. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where somebody gave me an ancient relic with forgotten tech. I've learned something new about Dungeons and Dragons. Now, let me be clear in case you're like a Redditor or something. This will most likely not be allowed in your game because it's for Ravnica. And this is super duper obscure stuff, even though it's official. It's more obscure than oversized weapons. And also, it's flat out broken. But I think it's super cool and a fancy expansion to the Artificer's features. So it's worth a video. And it's fun to talk about stuff like this in general. If you really want to play with these mechanics, then you should ask your DM about it, and what limitations should be placed on it. This can get pretty crazy. If you Google Planeshift Kaladesh supplement, you'll find it right away. It's a fun skim, there's tons of art here. I've never seen any of them in any of the books. They didn't even make it in the Ravnica book for some reason. It's very weird. But anyways, we gotta start the video. There's only one guide written for this PDF, and it's by Anid. I'm gonna be reading this guide as a script. So here we go. World Anvil, where you can create mega worlds and fill it with mega lore. I can show you the world Anvil, shining, shimmering splendor. Gator, I'm a bagpiper. I can't follow up with anything clever musically. But World Anvil has some clever tools that make your world building very interesting by giving you ideas and guides to help you around. Then on top of that, you can look at other people's worlds for inspiration. There are just worlds without number out there. World Anvil has a dedicated community around storytelling, just like us in the D&D community. This tool isn't just for dungeon masters, writers, and artists, by the way. It's for anyone who's into the creative hobby and just wants to create interesting worlds for fun. This is a very effective way to learn how to do it, while keeping all your notes, lore, politics, resources, and all of that organized. So what are you waiting for? Take a magic carpet ride over to World Anvil and experience a whole new world of creation. Use the code PACK at the checkout and you'll get a 51% off any yearly subscription. Back to the guide. Lifecraft creatures are artificial versions of real creatures made by inventors, like artificers, particularly the elves of the plane. These inventors can create Lifecraft versions of virtually any creature. A lifelike creature's type changes to construct, and it gains immunity to all poisons and charm. Its other statistics are typically unchanged. I don't really know what it means by typically unchanged, but anyways. I skipped a lot of the lore stuff and just cut to the mechanics. If you want to read everything, it's on the screen. Now for the important part. The supplement details that the creatures are considered to be magical items. An artifact creature, such as a battle automation or a Lifecraft animal, can be considered a magic item, with a rarity determined by its challenge rating. And then you can see the list here. So Lifecraft creatures are considered to be magic items, and the artificers replicate magic item can create any magic item. Thus, according to this interaction, we can choose Lifecraft creature common as one of our replicate magic item infusions at 2nd level. Now do take note, while it's stated that the inventors can create Lifecraft versions of virtually any creature, it's also stated that Lifecraft animals are considered magic items. But it doesn't explicitly state that virtually any creature is also considered to be a magic item. So if you're doing this, you have to ask your DM what is allowed to be created. The second question you gotta ask your DM is, are these creatures created this way loyal to you? The easy answer is yes, you just treat them like a summon. The descriptive text describes an elephant that does not get scared or misbehave. So I think the answer is really yes. Normally it says in 5e that you control the creature. Here it just doesn't. And these creatures are sentient and can be intelligent. So are they loyal? Do you have to train them? What if I create a red dragon? Does that automatically mean it's evil? Will the dragon serve me with loyalty? I have no idea. Again, you have to talk to your DM about it. For this video, I'm going to assume it acts like a summon. Which brings us to the options. We have an insane amount of options. And a lot of them are really powerful. We can be here for quite a long time. And it made a little list with just CR2 and lower. These are common magic items. So here we go. First up is the dragon wormlings. A lot of them are CR2, and dragons in general are the best skirmishers in the game. If you're small size, they make for fantastic mounts with high AC and powerful breath weapons. I recommend the silver dragon wormling the most because it has paralyzing breath. And the moonstone dragon wormling is a good one too because it's got sleep breath and radiant damage breath. I think the dragon wormlings is like the coolest option out of everything. I would kill for a mount like this. I think the concept is so cool. Sea Hag has a lot of things going for them. They've got the death glare. If the enemy fails the DC 11 wisdom save, they'll just die. They've got AoE frightened against humanoids. That does come with friendly fire, by the way. And they can easily disguise themselves. Now, I highly doubt your DM is ever going to allow this, but here's the thing that makes them really special. If you get 3 of them, then you've got a coven. You can theoretically accomplish this at level 6 Artificer by picking the replicate magic item 3 times. And that only works with 2014 Artificer. With a coven, they're basically level 12 wizards. And they can cast Polymorph and Lightning Bolt and stuff like that. You get the point. Again, talk to your DM if you really want to do this. I think they're gonna say no. Griffin. This is basically like Find Greater Steed, except you get it at 2nd level. This is a much tamer dragon option, I would say. Reaper of Ball. You can have a little murder hobo as your pet. And he's blessed by the god of murder. It's awesome. But again, this one is most likely a big fat no. It's by far the most damaging option you can choose due to its multi-attack and aura of murder. That aura not only doubles their own DPR, but also your party members as well if they're doing piercing damage. Vulnerability in this system is no joke, especially on a main damage dealer like a Marshal. For DMs, Reaper of Ball is one of the best trash mobs in the entire game. Priest. It's a 5th level cleric. It's got Spirit Guardians, it's got tons of good spells. It can heal people, like hallelujah, it's amazing. Again, similar to Reaper of Ball, it's probably not allowed. Wereraven, now we're really getting into the stupid territory actually. There are many CR2 were creatures, but Wereraven's the best one. And unlike other lycanthropes, this one doesn't force you to be evil. So becoming a lycanthrope here is really good. You also get fly and stuff. But this is so stupid. I don't like it. Giant elk. They're really fast and they hit really hard. It's huge. This is the tamest option by far. If the DM allows anything here, this is the one. This is a sick mount. Intelligent Devourer, especially the old version. They're incredibly good at killing creatures and then they can hijack their bodies, if it's a humanoid. It's also got a great radar for creatures within 300 feet. That's fantastic utility. As for lower CRs, there are 3 that are really good. Dryad, there's CR1. They've got good berries that provide 30 extra HP per day, and they can cast Pass Without Trace. In 2014, that's one of the best spells in the entire game because of Surprise. And at low levels, Dryad is pretty good in combat with their shillelagh and stuff. Pixie. These guys are infamous. They've only got 1 HP, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows about the polymorph stuff. And they can cast Confusion and Entangle. They've got a really powerful kit. Twingas. I love Twingas. They're less infamous than Pixies. They can cast Pass Without Trace and hide in your backpack. The thing that actually makes them crazy is the magical gifts. I made a video about it a long time ago. Link in the description. That was everything they listed. Now, should you allow this? That's not really for me to say. I'm not your dungeon master or anything. But if I was, I would most likely say no. But I do really like the idea of an artificer trying to make an artificial dragon. If you're playing a battlesmith and you're constantly tinkering with your steel defender in roleplay, then I do think that roleplay should be rewarded mechanically. So maybe giving them the Wormling stat block is a good idea. I'll definitely do that at late tier 2 or something. Art in the guide agrees that it's too powerful in a normal game, but in optimization it's different because of the tech we use. And I agree with him for the most part. I mean, this is a half caster, and CR2 creatures do fall off eventually, but I think they're always going to be relevant, especially if you've got the dragon option. They're just amazing at skirmishing. And let's be honest, they're way better than Tash's options, and you don't need to deal with that bonus action thing. Here's everything Art said in case I took them out of context. But I know for sure that we both agree that the DM should be careful with this, especially with 2024 Artificer. When I'm recording this video, the Artificer isn't out yet. But what we know for sure is eventually you'll be able to grab uncommon wondrous items, and then eventually rare wondrous items. So at level 14, you can get like a CR10 creature. But it doesn't say in Lifecraft Creature that this is a wondrous item. So it's really up to debate. I mean, well, it's up to the DM. Who cares about the debates? Again, I recommend skimming through this PDF. There's more fun stuff in here, like the Sky Leviathan. That's a really good polymorph. You can become a space whale. It's a beast. Anyways, end the video. Please follow us on Kickstarter. That helps us a ton. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!